Mic check 1 2 1 2. What it do, what it is, what it ain't, what it's gonna be.
Hey.
It's another episode of Jazzy and Facts on Wax.
I like that.
With a special guest DJ in the building.
DJ Sense, Trendsetter.
Legend in the
Sense.
building. We got a legend in the building, all right?
Sense, it feel good, OG. How you doing?
It feels great. Damn, OG. I ain't that much.
Come on, man. You OG.
You OG.
You gotta be old to be an OG.
Yeah, you right. It's a mind state.
And you
There
light
you go.
skin, so we got a light skin.
There you go.
Philly in the building.
That's right.
Philly,
That's
but
right.
you live in the A now.
For a minute.
I about to say, you
Yeah.
been here for a minute, man.
Yep.
You went to school. Did you move out here for school or?
Yep. I came down here, went to Clark Atlanta University, and that's how the whole foundation was, the whole Aphilliates, Gangsta Grillz, all the good stuff was formed, and then the rest was history.
Yeah. So
Don't try to skip. You saw you try to skip
Yeah.
over it just like that. Yeah, this
I mean, I'm
bam,
pretty
bam,
sure y'all was
bam.
gonna start asking questions, so I ain't want to get too deep with it.
Yeah.
Did you start DJing in college or you was already?
I started in high school. My first love was football. I thought I was going to go to the NFL. Of
What
course,
position?
I played cornerback and wide receiver.
So you fast.
I was all right. I had good hands.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
and I could tackle, but I wasn't. I'm only 5'10", so it was like I'm playing with some cats that's like 6'2",
Right.
and 6'2" and 300 pounds, and
Yeah.
a lot of people in my high school was going to D1 schools and going to the league and all that. And then I was like, this music thing might be kind of hot.
Yeah.
Let me see what this talking about.
What grade? What grade was it when you started DJing?
11th grade.
11th grade.
Yeah, I was 16.
How did you come up with your DJ name?
My DJ name, I came up with my DJ name. That was when I was 16. Like, I used to be in it, I'm all into the hip hop culture and all that. So being from Philly, like, graffiti was a big thing. We used to be in it like tag, and then I'm an artist too. I knew how to draw, and like my cousins, they was real heavy with all that kind of. They taught me how to break dance and graffiti and all that kind of stuff when I was a little kid. So I got really good at it with tagging and stuff like that. So they gave me like a graffiti alphabet. That's how I learned how to do it.
Right.
And,
Starting with the alphabet.
Yeah, with the alphabet, all the little letters and all that. So when I was learning my letters, the best letters I could do was S, E, and N.
Mm-hmm.
But so it said sin. I was like, well, that's kind of corny. So let me add an S. Then it was sensei, and I said that's too long.
Mm-hmm.
So I cut it off and I made it sense. And then I was going with sense. So then when I started doing parties, my mom gave me some turntables for Christmas when I was 16. And
Was that your first equipment?
First equipment, because my neighbor was a DJ. So I would kind of like watch him, and he was doing parties and stuff. I knew I wanted to be a DJ, but when I saw him, I was like, yeah, I really want to be a DJ. So my mom bought the equipment off of him and gave it to me for Christmas.
That's dope.
Because he like moved on.
Yeah.
So because he was a little older or whatever. So then I started doing that, and like a month later, I started getting money doing parties. I wasn't even that good, but I was just like, yo, let me do your party. I was only charging
So
like
did he
$80.
teach you though?
No,
Like,
I
you
taught
just-
myself.
You just okay. You just locked in.
I taught myself right here. We up at a radio station. I just would listen to the DJs on the radio, and I was like, damn, like I could do that. And you see, my uncle, like it's in my family. My grandmother played the piano. My grandfather was a singer. My uncle was in the band Sister Sledge. I'm going super old school.
Sister
We are
Sledge?
family.
That's
my
crazy.
Yeah, my
That's
uncle.
dope. Right.
Yeah, my uncle was the lead guitarist and music director. You could actually hear his guitar riff on the Getting Jiggy with it with Will Smith.
Will Smith.
That's
yeah.
all right.
That's my uncle.
Yeah.
That little riff.
That's dope.
That
Crazy.
sample. Yeah, that's my uncle. So, and he wrote Happy Feelings too for Frankie
Frank
Beverly
Beverly,
Mays. Yeah,
yeah.
it's old
That's
school
crazy.
stuff. Yeah. So
So the music has always
yeah,
been
it was
there for
already
you.
it was already in there. So, and then my mom had all the records.
Yeah.
So I had all the Prince, Michael Jackson, Ozzy Brothers, Lionel Rich, all that stuff, right? So then I kind of stole my mom records. I still got them too. I stole her records. She got mad. She's like, "You stole my records." I'm like, "Mom, you don't even use you don't even have a record player anymore." But
Right.
she still says that to this day. You still got my records, Mom. You have not played these records in 30 years.
Yeah.
Being a self-taught DJ, did you have any like DJs that you look up to
Yes,
still?
I know in
absolutely.
Philly, what y'all had Cosmic Kill.
Yeah, Jazzy
Cosmic-
Jeff.
Damn, see, I rock with y'all. Y'all history is
Yeah.
on point. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Jazzy. I could tell you the three. It was Jazzy Jeff, and it was Cosmic Kev, Jazzy Jeff, and DJ Ran.
DJ Ran.
Yeah. So
They
those
was going crazy.
Those was the hot D. Well, Jazzy Jeff with the whole Fresh Prince,
Right.
DJ Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince thing going on. But like listening to the radio, it was DJ Ran and Cosmic Kev. There's a couple other DJs too, Cash Money on the battle side, and there's a couple other J Ski. He was real dope
Right.
on the radio, and that I would listen to. But mainly it was DJ Ran and Cosmic Kev, and I studied them. And then I just could hear it. And I just would listen to what they were doing. And, Philly is a real scratching, B-boy ass city. So
Yeah.
I learned how to do all that stuff. Like nobody taught me nothing. I just transitioned what I heard, and then it just went
Created
to my
it.
hands.
That's dope.
So did you know Drama in Philly?
I
Did
knew
you
who
know
he was.
Drama
He had a
in-
little bit of a name in high school, on a high school level, and you want to hear a funny story. So but I didn't know him, but we had mutual friends. Yeah. So then I didn't even. We had a mutual friend, and I heard that he got accepted. He was going to go to Clark too.
Okay.
Girls, they was just at high school, throwing parties and stuff, and they was like, oh, our friend Tyree, he's going to Clark too, and that's Drum's name is Tyree. So. And he's a DJ too, oh, that's what's up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then when I went down I brought me and my best friend helped me move into the Brawley Hall at Clark, just me being in the game. I was like, oh, that's that dude DJ Drama right there, okay. But I mean, we was nobody, but on that level you think of somebody. You know what I mean? Because we was splitting $100 to do a party.
Right.
The first day I met his ass, somebody must have told him, yo, it's another DJ in the dorm. So he come knocking on my door like, yo, you a DJ? I'm like, yeah. And he was like, just went a battle. He like show off on my turntables. Like, and my
So he came in your room trying to battle.
So my best friend like, yo, you gonna let him? And then I just did my shit.
Like, hold on, man.
I don't even know.
Yo, I would have paid to see this shit.
Right.
Yeah. So then my best friend, he's so funny. He was like, nigga, I ain't never seen. We could curse, right?
Yeah.
He was like, nigga, I ain't never seen you do the shit that you did. I ain't never seen you do that shit before.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, he was trying to compete. And then I guess Dron saw like, oh, okay, he ain't no bullshit ass DJ. And then we end up becoming friends. It wasn't even about no DJing or nothing. Like, I learned some stuff from him. He learned some stuff from me. And then we just became friends throughout school. And we was all part of the same crew.
And where did Cannon come in? Like,
Cannon came a year later.
Okay. After, so y'all older than Cannon?
Yeah, we're a year older than Cannon.
Okay.
And then
and
I mean,
as well as
it don't really
it
matter.
don't really
now.
matter.
Right.
Yeah. But see, also because you're from Philly, and when you go away, I know I'm from Memphis. So when we went away from school, it's like, oh, you from Memphis? We gotta stick together.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all coming to Atlanta, like, fuck that. We gotta stick together.
Right,
That's what I just.
Did you graduate from Clark?
I did. Yeah,
Okay.
I do have a degree.
That's what's up.
With a 3.8. Holla.
Come on,
Have you
man.
ever
What's
used
up,
it
man?
though?
What was your major?
I haven't used my damn degree. So.
Mass media arts.
Okay, yeah, mine was mass
Oh, that's
comm.
dope.
So you used
So
it.
yeah, you used your
it.
shit
You
then.
used it.
I guess I did.
Yeah, you used it.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. My man went to school with Cannon. So we knew he was a DJ, but we ain't really get cool with Cannon till like our senior year.
Right.
He just was doing his thing. Me and Dron was already close friends throughout college. So, and we started doing parties together. And then the thing with me and Dron was he was real into the hip hop culture. I was the swaggy party DJ that did all the fraternities and sororities.
Right.
So we learned from each other, because he was in the mixtapes and stuff. I was into it, but he was into it.
Yeah.
Like that was
Right.
his thing. Clue,
Yeah.
Clue and
he knew. Like he was, but he was really into like hip hop. Like he was into turntablism, b-boying, and I was into like. I was like on some bad boy shit, and you know what I mean? Like it was just
The
that was the
partying.
era. I was in
Right.
Biggie and all that, and he was into like underground hip hop. So, but we respected each other, and
Right.
I learned a lot. Like he would play a lot of these battle tapes, different turntable DJs and stuff like that. So then I learned more about the art of being a DJ, hanging with Drum.
Right.
And then I think he learned more from rocking with me, like about like the commercial side of it.
Yeah.
I was the commercial.
Right.
That's
right.
just how I was. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it blended.
It worked.
And then it had nothing to do with like what we was it was just young DJs just trying to do their thing. And we didn't even Aphilliates is so much after that. Cannon made beats, we didn't know that. We knew he was a DJ and he was just doing his thing. He must have gave Drum a beat CD or something. And Drum was like, yo. And Cannon name wasn't even Cannon. That's his real name.
Yeah.
But he went by Donnie Brasco.
Oh man.
Yeah, Donnie Brasco.
Yeah, he was Donnie Brasco. We had to tell him switch that shit up. That's a informant. Like, so
Can't be the stitch, man.
so he was like, yo, Don got some shit. So so we played it. I remember being at Drum crib, and he played his beats, and he was just so excited about his beats. I like, yo, he loves this dude Donnie Brasco. Played his beats all day, and then that's when he started coming around, And you know, then it used to be me and Drum, and then it became the three of us, and then we was around each other a lot. That's how we formed, but we still ain't had no name, we ain't had no crew, we had nothing. We was just trying to figure it out.
What was post college? What was the next move?
Well, see, that transition into post college, so we still was some broke ass DJs trying to. Well, I started interning at another radio station. I don't know if I can even say that in the podcast.
It's just, no, it ain't. Yeah, this is, no, I gotta do this.
I go to politics, you know.
I do politics, man. We DJ. That's why we got this.
Yeah, I started interning at 107.9 when I was a senior. Drum was doing his thing. This is how it was. Like, Drum was doing his thing, like, on the underground. He was doing, like, the Apache cafes and stuff like that. Yeah. And Cannon was still doing his thing at college. And then I started getting a little recognition, like, on the industry side or whatever. That. So when I interned at 107.9, that's how I met the AGs and all those promoters. And then they started booking me doing the Velvet Room back then. And,
shout out to the Velvet Room.
Yeah. I was 19 years old doing the Velvet Room.
Wow.
Still going to school, It's
crazy.
Yeah. And I started getting in the loop of those clubs. And then we met DJ Mars. I met DJ Mars. He was on the radio. And then him and DJ Trauma brought me in to do their radio show. Yeah. And then they brought me in their crew, and they had a crew called the Super Friends. Super Friends. Yeah. And then when then I started being acclimated in their crew, and then when it was time to expand, they wanted to add more DJs. I was like, yo, rock with my man DJ Drama. So they brought Drama in, and then Drama was like, yo, rock with our man Don Cannon. Yeah. And then that's how we all formed. And then as we started doing our thing, we were into the mixtapes. The movement was into parties, but we felt like it was the brand was trending into breaking artists and stuff like that. So at the same time, we started getting involved with artists, and like we were studying what Clue and Who Kid and Green Lantern and what those DJs were doing, but we felt like they needed that presence in the South. At the time, DJ Jelly and Monte, and they're my brothers to this day, and there was Edward J, and those were the tapes that were popping when we were younger. I remember one time when I can get into that. When the very first Gangsta Grillz that we created, I was interning at 107.9, and it was a birthday bash. And then Empress Cersei actually gave us the money for the very first.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
Gangsta Grillz mixtape. He saw what me and Drama were doing, and he gave me the money. And what we did was we were selling our mixtapes at Birthday Bash. Right. This was when it was at Lakewood. And it was funny because DJ Jelly had his tent set up, and he outsold the hell out of us. Right. We was like, damn.
But at this point, it's camp. Is you know what I'm saying? It's heavy. It's heavy. The mixtape game in Atlanta was heavy.
Yeah. So we we just picked the wrong music. We didn't even put our names on the tape. But I made Cersei his money back. I was happy about that.
Yeah, you gotta be happy about that. Yeah,
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? So I was happy. But yeah, actually, Empress Cersei funded the very first Gangsta Grillz mixtape.
That's dope.
That's what's up.
So that's how Gangsta Grillz was formed. And then I introduced for me, because when I was at 107.9, I was Empress Cersei's intern. I was the one answering the phone. You know?
Right. Doing internship.
Yeah. And then that's how I met Lil Jon, because they were partners in BME, and then he would come up there, and he was the DJ. He was a DJ on the show, and he would co-host on certain days with Cersei. So I developed a relationship with him. And then Dron being my friend, I told him, come up there, I'm gonna introduce you to Lil Jon. And then they met, and then that's how that drop, Gangsta Grillz. That's how that drop got.
That's hard.
Yeah. And then so because he asked John to host his mixtape, and then John hosted it. You know, he did his thing, and then the next tape, he ain't had no host. So he was.
So this was like the second. This is the second or the third?
I can't remember the
beginning ones.
Okay.
Beginning
one of the early. Yeah.
The tape he did after the one that Lil Jon, because he was like, I gotta get a host. Because at the time when K Slay, they was getting like Styles P, like all the New York DJs was getting like New York artists to host their tapes.
Fab was doing cool stuff.
Yeah. So it was like. We got to get artists to host our tapes and stuff. So that's what Drum was on. And then he couldn't find a host for the next tape, so he just like cut up Lil Jon saying, "Hey, this is Gangsta Grillz," and he just edited it and just put it all over the tape. And that's how that drop got formed.
Yeah.
So, and then at the same time, I wanted to start an R&B series, and that's when I created the R&B series called Rhythm and Streets. And then
I remember that.
Yeah.
Used to go crazy on live mixtapes.
Yeah. I killed live mixtapes.
Yeah. Shout out to live mixtapes, man.
Shout out to live mixtape.
My man, Real helped me come up with that name. Do y'all know Real? Real Street Promotions? Y'all know him?
I don't know if I know him.
Okay, yeah, he helped me come. He was like, cause I was like, yo, he was like Rhythm. He was like Rhythm and Streets. I was like, yeah, that's it. And then I was like, man, I need a host for that. And then I was gonna get somebody. I was like, nah, let's get Monica. Because she was like trying to make a little comeback. And then she just had this record that she was about to drop called So Gone.
So Gone.
Yeah. And then
you out of here with it.
You out of here.
So I put that song on my mixtape. Took off.
Out of here.
And she did a freestyle for me over 21 questions. That's when 50 Cent first
I remember that.
came out.
I remember that. Damn, I feel kind of old.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I remember it too.
Listen, she came to my crib. Me and Drum had this dusty ass duplex in 4th Ward off of Boulevard. And she came, and she already Monica. She already that boy is mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She pulled up with the crispy Benz and all that. You know, she's so hood, but she's so real. And just chilled with me all day in my dusty ass apartment. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
And did this tape with me.
Did the tape.
Yeah, she's still my sister to this day. Did that tape with me. But that apartment that we had is world famous. Cannon, he's sleeping on the couch. He stopped going to school. So he's sleeping on the couch. Drum working on his stuff. I'm working on my stuff. And then I remember one time it was this young cat that came through, and he came through and he did a tape. He did a little hosting for Drum. I said, Drum, who is that? He was like, I don't know. Some cat told me he the king of the South. Tip.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But he pulled up in this old ass Oldsmobile, like he just like you.
Yeah.
You could kind of feel his energy though and his personality. You knew he was gonna be something.
Right.
And then I did it. So those whole brands started taking off, and then That's when I started like pitching. I saw what Green Lantern was doing with.
But they came before Jeezy.
Yes, I didn't even get the Jeezy in them yet.
Man, this is the beginning.
Hold on, keep going. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I could get to the Jeezy stuff.
But it's so many Gangsta Grillz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like he's talking about T.I. with the old T.I. Right? So it's like
I'm telling you the evolution of it.
Yeah, my bad. Keep going.
No, you good. So I started. Shaka Zulu gave me I saw what Green Lantern was doing with Eminem. He started putting out like these shady aftermath mixtapes. So I go to Shaka Zulu. This when DTP, Ludacris they was
going crazy.
Popping.
They was going crazy.
I took a meeting with him, and shout out to Shaka Zulu, man. I put a presentation together, and I was like, yo, let me be your mixtape DJ, and he did it. Bust me a check and everything. They gave me man, I was I think it gave me $10,000. I thought I was rich.
That's still a lot. You know what I'm saying? For a DJ?
For a DJ?
And a mixtape?
I know I'm giving away business in the but back then.
Of course.
And back then it was different.
So the situation was you just doing all his mixtapes.
I did all their mixtapes. They gave me $10,000. No, that's not true. No, they gave me more than $10,000. They gave me $10,000 to do the first tape.
It's a sign bonus.
But that included like production and all that. I felt like I had a record deal, but I had to go produce the tape and all of that. But shit, I thought I was rich. I was like, okay, I'm good now. My ass went broke.
Nigga blew through that 10 like, oh.
I blew through that motherfucking 10.
That 10 gone.
My ass was broke so fat. But anyway, that tape did a lot for me, and we broke a lot of the artists off it. Like I broke Bobby Valentino. They had an artist named Sharifa.
Yep. What they had the lineup, Lil Fate was on there.
I did all that shit. Yeah, I did all that shit.
That's crazy.
At that time, did they have Duffel Bag, 2 Chainz, and
I was about to tell you the story. Now you're getting ahead of yourself. You're getting ahead of yourself. So Shaka called me and was like, "Yo, I'm about to send all the rappers to the same dusty ass apartment. Do they freestyle?" I said, "Cool." There's one rapper, man. I had to go DJ a party. He come and it took him so long to write a verse that I had to go. My man Ace McLeod, shout out my man Ace McLeod, another co-creator of the Aphilliates. He was an engineer, and I had this little dumbass little board. And I had to go DJ a party. So I'm like, yo, I gotta go DJ this party. I go DJ the party. Come back. Now it's like 3-4 in the morning now. He's still like trying to figure the verse out. Sitting on my bed, rolling up. I'm like, damn, dog. It was 2 Chainz. Yeah. But at the time, he was Titty Boy.
Titty Boy.
And he finally finished that verse. It had to be 6 or 7 in the morning.
Damn.
I mean, now he's like a lyrical genius now.
Right.
And it's just so funny. Like, when he was doing that back then, I was scratching my head like, bruh.
I don't know if you got it, my
I
nigga.
don't know this one, man.
It take a nigga
Come
7
back
hours.
tomorrow and
Yeah, you
figure
come
it
back
out.
tomorrow, bro. You ain't in it. Your head ain't right.
He always was a real dude though. I just this man, I was just like, bruh, it took him so long to do them verses.
So you saying so everybody come to your house at this point. So Shaka Zulu and sent the whole DTP over to the crib.
Monica
Right.
been over
So
there.
everybody recording. He sent all the artists at this point. 2 Chainz is there. Took them 3 days to
Luda
record.
didn't come. Let me take that back. He came to my crib and did drops.
Okay.
And was out. He
Okay.
did come to my house.
Yeah.
He did. Yup.
So after DTP, where we at with it? Because you got this.
Okay, so that was around the time.
You got a nigga on the edge of your
Man.
seat.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. Monica ended up asking me to be her DJ.
DJ. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you when did that happen.
Yeah,
And this your first tour situation?
Monica and DTP asked. No, that's not true. My first tour situation actually was DTP asked.
DTP. For me, you know what I'm saying? I'm younger than you are, but I just remember, for one, Lil Jon drop. Like, it's iconic, of course.
Yeah.
But I remember we riding downtown in Memphis. Every car, that's when it's summertime, all the windows down. You hearing that Jeezy. I'm talking about every single car. Like, it was, so for me, that was.
So let me get into that for you. Coach lived around the corner from us. He had his.
He had his dusty ass walk.
He lived in a dusty ass house. I think
Y'all had
he
a dusty duplex. He had a dusty ass house.
I think he rented it out.
Okay.
I think he was renting it. But he was trying to do his thing too. We became friends. Coach used to get our little smoke from Coach.
Right.
He was,
Shout out
it wasn't
to
like he
Coach.
was like on some super dope. I ain't trying to blast the nigga out.
Right.
But I mean, the shit was 20 years ago. But
Yeah.
not even 20. 05, 14, 15 years ago.
05.
Something like that.
Yeah. So he just come through and smoke with us and you know
Chill.
what I'm saying? We became friends. He's just a cool ass dude, man. That was just the homie. And then he never even brought up what he was doing. That was just the homie around
That's
the corner.
crazy.
Like he
That's
just was the
crazy.
homie. And that was my man, Coach. You know what I'm saying? Everybody called him Kevin. You know what I mean? And then he went to Coach K.
So you didn't even know what he was doing?
He was doing something totally different. He used to work with his best friend. I know he used to play basketball because he's from Indiana. So his man is Allen Henderson that played for the Hawks, and they started a label. So he used to work with his best friend Allen Henderson, Hindu Entertainment.
Right.
So he used to run around with him, and he was just starting. But like that wasn't like that was just our friend. It had nothing to do with music.
Right.
We just come and kick it and talk shit and hang out and just be cool. Like just some young black people just trying to do their thing. I mean, Coach is a little older than us, but then one day he came over. He's like, man, I got this nigga named Young Jeezy. I remember how he said it. He's like, man, I'm telling you, this nigga Jeezy. I'm telling you, bruh. Telling you.
Yeah.
And he had Slick Puller, because you know Slick
Slick
Puller
P.
from 442. And so he always had them before all this shit. So I started helping him out. And it's funny because I used to take Jeezy records up to the radio and motherfuckers used to laugh at me. I'll never forget that shit.
That's crazy.
That's
never
crazy.
forget that. That shit always happened.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
But I used to be like, yo, I'm telling you, this Young Jeezy, y'all should fuck. And they had, and Lil Jon made one of the beats. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was just before the time. Jeezy had to get involved with the whole BMF and all that extra stuff. And then that's when the wave came.
Yeah.
And this was like a year before all that. This might have been 2 years before that. But I was trying to help him out because Jeezy had this little project called Come Shop With Me. Y'all heard of that?
Yeah.
It was the
I haven't heard of
independent
it.
project he had
Right.
out. And it was called Come Shop With Me. And then they was just hustling independently. And then it resurrected when they came back around and then it resurrected. They hollered at Drum and they was like, yo, we about to put Drum. I remember the shit. I remember it like yesterday. Drum was like, I don't know. He's like, I'm just doing it because Coach
Because
wanted me to do
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't even know what was going on.
Right.
That shit. Next thing I know, I'm looking around and it's the hottest shit in the fucking city. And this was
In the world.
Like, that shit was, bro, that shit.
Well, you know, it started off in the city,
Yeah.
and everybody was talking about it. And I remember they was promoting it at Birthday Bash and shit like that. And it was the Streets Is Watching. That's where we got Streets Is Watching from, our radio show on XM. That was the first tape, called A Buzz, doing his thing. And then it was that next tape, Trapper Die. And then that shit
was just,
that blew Drum up and Jeezy up at the same time.
Right.
Drum was doing his thing, but it wasn't like that.
Right.
And then when that Trapper Die came, he was the hottest mixtape DJ in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's what everybody was talking about. And then that's when it got serious. And I knew it was serious because we got a little office, and I remember all these damn mixtapes in a room like this, and you couldn't walk around. It was just tapes, boxes everywhere. I said,
It's crazy.
golly, this.
Some of them tapes are over there at the Trap Music Museum right now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole wall and everything. And then it was funny, that's how our room looked.
For real?
That's crazy.
That's
so
dope.
the same kind of setup.
And all that. That's it ain't exactly like it, but it's
similar.
Like and then that shit took off. And then at the same time, that's when I was telling cats, that's when I was like, yo, we got to start turning this thing into like a real structure. Like everybody was doing their thing because we young as hell. So we really didn't know what the hell we was doing. But I would try to emulate at this time the Rockefellers,
the business part side of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bad Boy,
all that. Yeah. So I was like, we gotta start moving like that. I was interning at the radio, but the radio wouldn't give us a show. And
you
I was
still
like,
interning at this point?
Nigga, I interned.
That's real though, because I feel the same way.
5 years and did not get a check. They didn't give us a check until we blew up, and then they offered us a show.
Like you had to damn near force it.
That shit was the worst.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
And then I taxed their ass too.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So, but that's funny. But anyway, but then no, we got on XM first before we got on. I was on Hot by myself, just doing clubs and stuff. You know how I go. But I wasn't. I ain't had no show and nothing.
Right.
Like I just was like
using it for exposure.
Yeah, like they let me do the 5 o'clock, or they let me do the little shit. Well, I was helping out Mars and Trauma on the Sunday night show. They had like a Sunday night mix show back then, so I was doing that. But Eminem's manager called us, Paul Rosenberg, yeah, and they were like, "Oh, we did get on." They asked us to start sending in mixes on Hip Hop Nation on XM.
Okay, first,
yeah. So we did a little show, but then Eminem's manager called us and said he wanted us to be on his They starting a new channel called Shade
45. Yeah.
So they flew us to New York. Negotiated everything, flew our asses right back to Atlanta the same day. I said, "Damn, I'm doing something. I'm flying to New York and back the same day." I thought that was really cool.
That is.
Yeah. So then we end up having our show on Shade 45, which is we still got it to the day.
Yeah, got it. Yeah,
that was 05, so that's almost 14 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so we got that, and then Drama started affiliating himself with T.I., and then he ended up getting a record deal, and then.
So at this point, the Affiliates is now.
Yeah, we done started.
Yep, we done started Affiliates.
I forgot. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because that's the business side.
I forgot
that's
to
when
tell
you was.
So because when we was with we was with the other DJ crew. We just had some creative differences at that time, and it's all love now.
Of course.
So I was like, yo, I was kind of like, yo, we need to do our own shit.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Philly, nigga.
Yeah, like,
not with these Atlanta niggas.
So me and my man. Well, no, I had
I
nothing to do with that.
I know. I'm just talking shit.
So and nigga, when we first left, boy, it was not easy.
Yeah,
it wasn't
because it's just breaking up the crew.
Everybody, the city was used to dealing with this crew, and then here go these young niggas that's trying to form their own shit, and we didn't really get a lot of support from the beginning. We didn't get a lot of support when we first started the mixtapes because it was like this like y'all some up north niggas. This ain't how they do it in the South. All this, and we like, well, we representing where we at. It's not like we. You know what I'm saying?
Not like y'all playing all like fucking Beanie Siegel and fucking like y'all playing fucking Atlanta shit.
Yeah. So me and my man Ace McLeod, like that was a whole back and forth thing. We was trying to do our own thing. And I was like, man, let's form our own shit. It's called Affiliates. We in the A and we from Philly, so that's why we made the PH.
That's all right.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's a double meaning. It's affiliated with whatever's hot. So that's why we did that. Then Drum and Cannon finally they felt like, all right. I'm like, bruh, it could have been. Then they like, all right, cause whatever. So then we decided. Then we started doing it, and that was before all the mixtapes. That's when we started doing all the mixtapes. Well, we was doing it, but then
that's when it got crazy. That's when the rain dropped. Affiliates, nigga, holla at your boy.
And then
the Affiliates, nigga, holla at your boy.
Yeah, and that's how we, then we started getting into doing our drops and all that kind of shit. Yeah. And then when Dron got his deal, we helped him out. We helped him, like I co-executive produced his first 2 albums. So we put his. But then that's when we was working on his album. That's when the Fed shit happened.
Yeah,
I was just about to. I was about that.
So
because we talked to Scream about it.
Oh yeah,
and we just got we wanted to check the temperature around that time. As other
man,
DJ, like how they
panic.
Yeah, like right.
They took shit. They zeroed out my bank account, took my cars, and They didn't take me to jail. They took them niggas to jail, but they didn't. They didn't take me to jail.
So the feds did a sweep,
but they took my money and they took my car.
Where were you at when it happened?
I was there. I was at the studio.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Was y'all aware of that situation at all, or it just kind of happened out of nowhere?
Somebody tipped us off, but I'll never forget the day. Somebody tipped us off. Drum got the call, and he asked me about it, and he was cool. He was like, yo, somebody just called me. I said, motherfucker, we need to get the fuck out of here. But so we was trying to get everybody out here, but then we really didn't think we was doing nothing though. But then somebody's like, yo, they about to come raid y'all. That's why it was like, what? We just selling mixtapes.
Right.
But if somebody say that, I'm like, yo, we need to get the hell out of here. So we tried it. But as soon as we did that, the motherfuckers came right into the studio.
So it's like they were watching y'all, basically.
You know, it's funny, man.
Now that you think about it, like once you start moving.
I remember it because it was helicopters over our studio, and I always thought that was weird.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm like 23 years old, 24, young as hell. Well, we got our own record label. I was 25, 26 years old. It was helicopters over the studio. And I look outside like, why the fuck is this damn helicopter? Why is this helicopter like always over the studio? That shit was weird to me.
But we ain't doing nothing wrong. We just making
music.
You know, just being a black man from Philadelphia,
making money,
hood, like you just going, making a couple dollars. Like I'm gonna look over my shoulder about something.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. That's just maybe how cats are raised or whatever.
Right.
But it just was weird to me when he got that tip off. When he got that tip off, I said, yeah, something ain't right. And then as soon as we was like, everybody, let's roll, they busted right into the doors. And the whole night just changed. And it changed everything. Like, it just changed. And they took all the money. It was like $250,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
At 25, 26 years old.
That's crazy. So they took everything out of everybody's account.
Yeah.
Any cash you had on you. So Drama's in jail. They jail.
They took Drama Can into jail.
Now we need
They
lawyers.
detained me.
Gotta...
Yeah, he went and got we got the lawyers. I ended up doing all the damn press. MTV called me, BET called me. So I went to New York and just did a press run to keep it positive because they wasn't well, it's funny, they only spent a day in jail, but then I went and got them and took them to the radio to let the city know, let the people know that we still, like, I was like, yo, stand strong, and we going. Man, it took a lot. Like, it was heavy.
So why you think it was y'all and not like the Clues or the Flex and like, because they had been doing it way before, way longer. So is it because of?
I don't know. I just think
like, do you think it's the labels? Y'all putting so much pressure on the labels.
I'll tell you something funny about it. The tape that they actually seized that caused the problem was a tape we didn't even do. It was just another DJ that was part of our crew, and they put like these big ass records on the tape, Michael Jackson and Beyonce shit. They didn't. It was like a little collector's item tape. It wasn't even like the
but
shit
because they was
dropping.
affiliated with y'all.
Yeah, that was the tape that caught the attention.
Right.
Ain't that the look of the draw?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
so y'all really flying under the radar, really?
Nobody paying attention.
It's not even
breaking new
artists.
artists.
Right.
Until
you start touching Michael Jackson money.
They started, but see, they put out. They was just trying. They didn't know,
right?
But they was just putting out like the best of Beyonce and Michael Jackson, and then to them government agencies, that's what they gonna notice. Oh, you bootlegging. So that's how. And then because we was making noise, breaking the artists, they see the tape that got these mainstream, and that's what led to it. And they seized the store, and in the store said, who tape is this? And they said, oh, it's them. And then they created an investigation.
Wow.
Yeah. And this shit crazy. So long story short, did all the lawyer shit and all that, and they worked out a deal where they keep the money and all of that, and Cassius got to do community service and all that good stuff. And they'll give us our equipment. And they gave me my car back and Cannon's car back. They ain't give Drum his car back. They ain't get the money back. But they gave us our studio equipment back. Okay. And then they had to do community service. The funny shit is when we went to go to the police station to pick it up, these motherfuckers want to take pictures with us.
Fans.
Wow.
They had our chains. We had our little affiliate chains. They was all in plastic. And they was like, hey, man. And I was like, what kind of shit is this?
Yeah.
Like, you seized our shit.
And now you want to take
pictures. That shit was crazy. So that happened. But what happened was we ended up getting a cover issue in the Wall Street Journal. The publicity changed. So we flipped it. And that's when we put our Drum album. And they seized all his sessions. So we had to remake every single fucking joint. Yeah. But everybody cooperated because it was just such a big...
Because of the situation. Yeah.
So we had to get all the verses back. We remade the whole album and put the album out. And the album was a success. Our first album went gold. You know, at that time, some DJ niggas with a gold album. Like,
that's unheard of.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's cool is, like, I think y'all niggas, like, I'm sure, like, niggas gonna have falling outs, right? You know, but it was never public. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just always, like, Nah, we together, my nigga. You can't never say nothing bad about bro or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that
the way y'all
always
moved
cool.
was cool.
Yeah, it was always cool. And I
Right.
remember DJ Lil Larry in Memphis.
That's the homie.
I remember Lil Larry had the chain. He came back to Memphis with the chain. I was like, oh, this is my young. That's this nigga's affiliate. Oh
Right.
shit.
And now he moving around with Moneybagg.
Moneybagg.
Yo,
Yeah,
still doing
I
his
know
thing.
Larry. Yeah.
It's
Times, bro.
Yeah.
Times.
Yeah.
So where you at right now? I know you still traveling the world, DJing for Lil Jon.
Well,
right?
no, I'm
Or you
managing Lil Jon.
managing Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Managing and DJing, or you? I see you up there sometimes.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you're right. I did his show.
But Lil Jon's a DJ too.
He's a DJ. So when he was DJing, I was managing him on both sides. But when he had to perform his live performances, I would do his.
And now it's a whole nother wave now because he
like
EDM
he's a
now.
big EDM DJ.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So every time that Forbes list come out, the top DJs, highest paid DJs, it's always top 10 EDMs.
Right.
How you feel about that?
How you feel about that?
How do I feel about that?
How you feel about it?
You know when a nigga gotta say the question over.
You know how I feel about it, goddammit.
It's deep.
Yeah.
It's very deep.
Cause you from the culture now. You from you know.
It's very
You
deep.
deeply rooted. Like Jazzy Jeff should be up there every year. It's certain DJs that I feel like should be up there every year without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess you can.
I mean, y'all already answered the question.
I told you, he gave me that look like
being on the road with Lil Jon, I got to see it firsthand. You know, he's big. He got big residencies in Vegas and everything. I watched it firsthand, and they embrace him. But it took him a long time to even get through that. And I've been there with him. And basically, EDM, and I learned how to DJ like that working with him. He taught me how to do it. John gave me all his music. Like, nigga, learn this shit, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I gotta So, EDM, how can I explain it? I'm into open format. You know, it's a lot of genres. Afrobeat is popping right now.
yeah, Afrobeat is crazy.
A lot of the Brazilian funk, all that kind of stuff. So when you say EDM, like there is EDM, to break that whole thing down, that genre is created. Of course, it comes from culture. There's no lying about that. There are some fine lines with it, and there are some racial tones, if you want me to get into that with it. There are a few black DJs, DJ Carnage.
Carnage is going.
Yeah, my man,
boy,
DJ Ruckus, John, and Ruckus is out of Atlanta. That do their thing in that. There are some,
right?
But the thing is, hip hop is but you know, me traveling around the world for the last 2 years, the dominant genre is hip hop.
Right.
Yep,
Carnage called me like, hey yo, I need Youngster on this. You know, Marshmello hit us.
So how do we get on that list?
What list is that?
The Forbes DJ list.
You know, some black people don't even want the government in their business.
Yeah, a lot of.
I don't even want to tell you how much I'm making.
It's two sides to that. A lot of the urban DJs don't even want to be in that world, so they don't even want to do that. My whole thing was, and that's why I really studied John. John was like, let me represent and be in that world and still give them what I bring to the table. Carnage does it too,
right?
You know, and so it's like the platforms have to be created. They got these big ass platforms, Ultra Music Fest, EDC,
right?
Tomorrow World,
exactly. Urban festivals. It's focused more on artists than DJs. The one thing about the electronic world is DJ is the priority.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why they're making that kind of money, because they're the headliners. But it's being marketed and promoted as they're being the headliners. When you're in the urban space, the DJ is kind of the secondary, and the artist is being promoted as the headliner, as they should. So it's just, that's why I always, if you're going to be a DJ, that's why I advocate DJs to make their own song, treat themselves as an artist, to build your brand and to be able to do it. And then but the platforms have to be built to do it. The electronic world built platforms to support that style of music.
Right.
In the urban world, you got your Rolling Louds and stuff like that. But okay.
But see, I think I don't mean to cut you off, but I think a part of, it was the DJ first.
Yes.
You know, you're going from Bambadas and all of them. Like, it's, they're still around. Like,
right.
These niggas are still living.
Yeah.
Right? And we never gave those guys their flowers. I feel like a part of the culture. I mean, Then you go later on to the Flexes and everybody else.
Right.
Then that's when you start to, okay, no, I'm a DJ. And Flex, I think Flex let it be known, like, oh, I'm that nigga. I run New York. I'm this. Everything must come through me.
Right.
Right. And I think a part of it is so competitive. Our community is so competitive.
We make it competitive.
We make it. I mean, because of where we from.
Right.
You know, we all living back in the projects. You want to be the best MC. You want to be the best basketball player. You want to be the best of whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
But it's time to change the narrative.
it is time to change. I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
With hip hop being the #1 genre in the world now.
Right.
Now, with hip hop being the #1 genre in the world, we have to make a stand. And if the DJ is comes from the hip hop genre, then we have to create hip hop platforms that are highlighting that, and we have to be able to put ourselves in position to market it to an audience to where it's going to generate that kind of money.
Right.
We have to embrace self-empowerment. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work.
And it's going to be have to be a collaborative effort too.
You have to embrace self-empowerment, and the numbers are there. It's the biggest genre. We are the biggest buying power in the world.
And still one of the youngest genres too.
Exactly.
So
I mean, it's even more than genre, it's the culture. So if we're going to be the biggest buying force in the world, we're going to have to start self-empowering and creating these platforms for each other. That's what we're going to have to start doing. And I can't really name too many black-owned festival stages that's generating those around the world, that's generating.
I can't name one.
It's a couple, but they're not on the EDCs. You know,
Made in America, Jay.
I mean, it's Jay.
Yeah,
It's Jay. Right. That's why I was like, it's Jay.
I mean,
But it doesn't really, I mean, he does. It serves its purpose. So the platforms had to be created.
Okay.
Electronic music, those platforms were created to generate that kind of money, and it was marketed to a fan base that appreciated it. But I'm gonna tell you something. A fan base is gonna appreciate anything that's dope.
Yep.
So there's no excuse. It just gotta be
It's
created.
just got to be created.
Yeah, and it's just the same way. Like the issue with clothes. Well, let's start buying the black-owned clothes.
they've always been around.
Yeah, we don't gotta. Why are we focusing so much on me telling you don't buy that when we could just go buy it? Does that make sense? Like, just go buy it instead of me putting all this energy. Like, why are you wearing Gucci in different nationalities? It ain't even spoken.
Nah,
It's just done.
They just gonna do it.
Yeah, it's just
They
done.
Right.
Like, oh, all right. Like as a whole, the Gucci thing that happened as a whole, all you gotta. Oh, that's what it. Oh, okay.
Okay, it's done.
It's
You
done.
gonna see it in the
We're not
numbers.
doing that.
Yeah.
We're
You
not
ain't
doing
we
that
gotta be
no
like,
more.
protest Gucci. Gucci. Why? Really, you know why? Because damn, I really want to wear Gucci. That's why.
Right.
Why you can't wear all these banging ass brands?
Dope
out here?
brands. Handmade.
Fire brands.
Where you think the music industry is headed? Well, like what direction with streaming and all that?
It's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. Get in where you fit in. And we got to stop with the, because I'm knee deep in it. Not saying that nobody else is. I'm just saying, like, just so many experiences. I've learned different sides of the game. I've learned sides of music executives that work for these major companies. And then I've been around the bosses that empower. And it's a whole different mentality. A lot of it, certain executives that they're working to keep their job, they're not making the best decisions. They're making decisions based upon to look good for themselves. It's selfishness. Music is music. If it's dope, it's dope.
It's dope. Ain't no way around it.
Yeah, like
Ain't no way around it.
Yeah, like you don't got like.
So you think a lot of people just get caught up in the hype?
Well, that's always going to be the case. That's always going to be the case. But I noticed.
I would say self-agendas.
Yeah, it's a lot of self-agendas. So
Okay,
like I've been being around different executives that work for certain companies. Like it's like a DNA transformation. Like if the company's DNA is like this, and it bothers me when it goes back to what I'm talking about, empowering in the culture. It bothers me when it's too much money, man. It's too much money for somebody to be about, like, if somebody, let's say, okay, you come up to me and you like, yo, I know this hot artist, man. Like, check it out, right? And I'm in a seat that could help you and the artist.
Right.
But I'm so thirsty to look good in front of whoever this is, I want to go get the artist and ignore that you just brought me that energy. I see stuff I see shit that happen all the time.
Absolutely, me too.
And we both from the same culture. Why am I not? If you brought me some energy, some dope energy, obviously you gifted. And then you brought me that. What's the loss? It's too much money.
It's too much. It's too much.
And I noticed the difference in that when it's certain DNAs working for certain companies. Like, and one thing I always notice is never somebody that own a company that do that shit.
Nah.
It's always the worker bee that's on edge anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, it just goes back. That's why I like people like Rick Ross, and it's a lot of people, man. Jay-Z, like, they into that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I got peers.
Owning your own shit.
Yeah, I got peers that came up under Ross that was just like record promoters. Now they bosses.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just
it's very few artists like that in the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Just to be straight up, it's very
but it's
few
too
artists.
much money. If you that,
it's too much money.
That's what if you that dope, it don't hurt you for somebody that may be just as talented. It don't do nothing to you.
Right.
But you in your own insecure bag.
But just because a nigga's an artist, a great artist, a talented artist, a successful artist, doesn't mean that they're a boss and they're a leader. Because a real true leader, if my homies are gifted, right? I see you doing clothes, I see you a barber, whatever.
Right.
Yo, let's open up your own shop. You going crazy. You don't have to come over here because I'm doing my thing. No, you do your thing at a high level. You do your thing at a high level.
Easy.
Let's make this make sense.
It's easy. That's just like hamburgers, right? You like chicken, right? What the hell you liking chicken and liking a hamburger got to do? Like, that ain't got nothing to do. Like, it don't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah.
So if this artist and this art, like, you get what I'm like?
No,
you know
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It's two separate.
The money's going to be spent if it's quality.
Right.
I like Snickers. I like Twixes too. It's the like what Snickers gonna be mad because I like a Twix today? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But then this artist be mad because the people want to see him perform today. Bruh, it's an ongoing cycle. It don't matter, and that's just the mentality. Just going back to that, man.
And see, and that's another reason why we created this platform so DJs can have a voice.
Yeah.
Have you? I don't want you to say, of course, any artist, but I'm sure you have worked with a few artists that, you know, they don't uplift the DJ as they should.
Yeah.
You know
I'm pretty sure every DJ gonna say
that. But see, I think you're in a great space right now because you're working with another DJ.
What you mean?
John. I'm saying with John. You know what I'm saying?
I don't work with DJs that do it too. But then I don't work with some DJs that don't do it.
Right.
We got to get out there. Man,
I think for the most part, I've never, it's always the younger cats that give me the side eye or look at me crazy or whatever. But the OGs, they always embrace me, or if I have a question, they're like, oh, they're willing to, you know what I'm saying, help or give me an answer or point me in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if.
I've had experiences going both ways.
Right.
I've had OGs that I had people I looked up to and was disappointed.
Yeah.
That people's favorites, and I like, you a fucking asshole. Damn.
That's crazy.
But it's just life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just learned that you just can't take it personal. You know, everybody.
And then I still have to consider, like, niggas have bad days. Like, the nigga could have just got off the phone with his family and some weird shit happened. You know what I'm saying? I try to consider. I try to say it again.
Some motherfuckers is just
it's asshole regardless. Oh, yeah. Right.
But it's all good. It's part of the game, man.
So what you listening to right now? What you pull up to the studio listening to?
You know, R.I.P. Nipsey. That's been heavy. And
yeah.
I mean, I was banging. You know, we did his mixtape. So that was the homie. I'm real heavy on the Nipsey thing right now. What have I been on lately? Let me look through my
any
phone.
new artists you've been rocking with?
New artists.
What's this playlist looking like?
You signing some guys? You signing some? You looking for artists?
I do. I co-manage artists, Issa. That's with Jacquees and them through Cash Money. Nice. I just signed this other kid named Drew Packett. He's out of here. Work with a lot of producers and writers. And I got my own songs that I'm putting out.
I was about to say, I remember Jazzy had a track with him.
That's what I was.
Yeah, that's how I was playing in Nashville.
That's
crazy.
That's one of my best friends.
That's how I met you. That's what I was going to say. Do you remember that? Like, we was in.
I met her through Monica.
Okay.
Yeah, she wrote for Monica.
Yeah.
So I've been doing Jazzy from Memphis. So
right. You see what she doing? She did Old Town.
Crazy.
She out of here.
Shout out to Jazzy, man.
Yep.
So we was at M-Bar that day.
Oh, which day? When we shot her video,
it was like me, you, and Jazzy. We was just sitting down.
Oh, we was just chilling.
We was just chilling.
Okay,
yeah. It was just quick in and out. Yeah. But you showed love then, and I was like, man, you know, Jazzy, and she in good hands.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, we still talk at least once or twice a week.
Oh yeah.
When I started managing Lil Jon, I had to I said, yo, you gonna go anyway, so you gotta, you know. So I was like, just do your thing.
Yeah.
She did it.
She did.
Oh, she gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
One thing about her, she gonna figure the shit out.
Yeah,
like,
she
period.
did it.
Like
Yeah,
she gonna
did.
come in the room, control the room, high energy.
Yeah, I knew it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I knew it. It's funny, man. It's a couple people I first met before they blew, and they had that energy. Like when I first met Luda, I said he gonna blow. He blew. One time we went to this conference in Puerto Rico, this DJ conference, the Mix Show Power Summit. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit was big.
Yeah.
And this is
All the
artists.
DJs.
Yeah, all the DJs.
That's what we got to do more of. That's the shit we got to bring back or
That should
continue.
be, and you know what? It can be done
It
now.
can be done.
Easily.
It can be done.
Easily.
Yeah. And this one artist was in there. This one artist was in there begging these DJs to play these records. He's like, man, I need y'all, man. Come on, man. Please, just begging. And I stood in the lobby. I looked at him. I said, this motherfucker gonna blow. He just got that vibe. Kanye.
That's crazy.
When nobody paying this man no attention, I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I said, yo, he got a vibe. This motherfucker gonna blow. I promise you, a couple months later, Through the Wire came out. I promise you. I seen a lot of artists like that.
Yeah.
A lot of them. And, you know.
What's some of the best advice you've got from, whether it was an A&R or whether it was from your moms or whoever? Like, what's some of the best advice?
Best advice. This shit ain't personal.
Shit ain't personal.
Lil Jon gives me a lot of advice.
Yeah.
Because even though I was handling his business, he was my big brother.
Right.
So he was like, nigga, make sure you, nigga. Oh, you know what Lil Jon taught me? He said, when you're managing an artist, treat them like they Jay-Z or Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
To make them feel like, he told me that.
Yeah.
He said, because then you'll never, the standard will be so high.
Right.
But then your work ethic will show.
I've been seeing a lot of that goddamn, what commercial he on, that Travelocity, when he's like,
did the Travelocity.
was it Travelocity?
He just did the hotels.
When he was like, yeah. It was like, it's Little John, not Little. Yeah.
That's
Those
dope.
are dope
Pepsi.
commercials. Yeah,
Yup.
Pepsi was going crazy throughout the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Are you putting out an album soon?
I'm working on my project now. I got a song I got coming out with Major Lazer and Afro B.
Oh, that's
on the
crazy.
international
Outta
side.
here.
Yeah, I'll play it for you.
I see what you are. I see what it is.
See, I learned all that.
Let me
working with
find out
John.
since it's going to be on that Forbes list.
Yeah, no,
next year.
Sis on the way. Look, he already, Sis on the way.
What I got coming out, I got that song coming out, international record coming out. I told you I got Drew coming out. We got Issa coming out. I got some other projects, things that don't have nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
But you know.
Were you a part of the Lil Uzi situation?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely part of that. Generation Now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How does y'all worked everything out?
Nah.
I been talking about everything except for that shit.
You read the tabloid? No, it's all good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Lil Uzi, my homie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely my homie with that. Just.
Well, I hope y'all. It don't matter. I hope
figure
y'all
it
get
out.
it worked out, bro. And
I don't care.
you know what I'm saying.
You know, that is what it is. I don't own Generation Now. I was involved on consulting while I consulted
Okay.
the label. I didn't own. That was Drama. That's Drama Canon.
Canon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I didn't know if you.
Yeah, and Leighton. That's their
Okay.
label.
Okay.
Leighton manages Drama.
Okay.
So when I went with John, it was the same time that happened because I had to commit myself with the John
Absolutely.
situation.
Absolutely.
So but then I was consulting Generation Now as a label, but I had my own entities, Rhythm and Streets Entertainment. And that's where I ran all my songs out through, and that's how I turned the mixtape into the into the label.
Right.
And I'm working on a tour too, Trendsetters tour, which will be around back to school time too, because I'm highlighting the artists that represent that wave. Like been working with like Issa, Jacquees, Drew.
Back to school is always good. Hit the
Yeah.
colleges, of course.
Yeah. We just did a show in Clark.
Okay.
Last week, the Spring Fest.
Yeah. I saw. Yeah.
The songs, like I said, the international songs, and then I got this other banging record. I forgot. I got some.
You loaded.
Yeah, I play all the stuff.
Okay.
And then
Getting it exclusive.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, look,
Just
man,
on the way.
we definitely appreciate you coming through,
Thanks
showing
for having
love.
me.
Man.
I love dropping the jewels. I hope I ain't over talking.
Nah,
man, we need this.
We need
Trust me,
this.
we-
Trust me,
Yeah.
bro. We need it. So we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah.
There it
DJ
is.
Sense, ladies and gentlemen.
Another episode of Jazzy and Facts on
On
wax.
Jazzy and Facts on the wax.
Yeah.